We love a conversational interview, don't we? Okay, Hales.
What's up?
Okay, first of all, tell us where the name Hales comes from.
The name Hales comes from my last name, my first name being Lindsay. And when I decided that I wanted to start releasing music, I was like, let's just drop the Lindsay. Keep it interesting, you know?
I like it.
Thank you.
Okay, tell me about the Black artists that inspire your work.
The artists that inspire my work are people like Nina Simone, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, Stevie Wonder. I feel like them specifically, as it relates to music, there's like a fearlessness and a rebellion to who they are as people and artists, and I connect with that.
I think so. The next question is, do you think art is political? But I think it's very interesting to come after the people you named, like Nina Simone is like the biggest one for me. When I think like, anytime I think is art political, that's the name that pops into my head. So
same, but you know that quote that she has that's like, it's an artist's duty to reflect the times. I agree with that, but I also don't, because I think as far as art being political, art is art, so it can be anything. And I don't think that it's your duty to reflect anything but who you are. So maybe, I mean, as of now, I think a lot of my art and what I tend to write about is love, because that feels like the closest thing to me and the easiest thing for me to access. But that's not to say that somewhere down the line, my art wouldn't be super political. But as of now, that's just, I don't know, it's not the first thing that I reach for.
Okay, when did you know, like when was the moment you were like, I'm meant to be an artist?
I think high school, when I literally couldn't do anything else. Like, I've always been extremely right-brained, and like numbers and figures and anything that is not in a creative realm is honestly very difficult for my brain to process. Like, if you give me a piece of paper, if you give me a piece of clothing, if you give me like some choreography, some music, like my brain is like, okay, I see this. But anything other than that, like, just does not compute. So on high school is when I realized that. I was like, I need to figure out where in the art space I fit, because I can't be an accountant. I can't do your taxes. You don't want me doing your taxes.
So wait, when you graduated high school, did you go to college?
I went to Point Park University for a year and a half. And even then, like, even studying the art was difficult for me, because I'm more of like put me in it and let me figure it out. The structure of school, immediately I knew it wasn't for me. So when I got the opportunity to leave, I was like, peace.
And you left, started performing. Tell me about like your evolution as an artist, because it's definitely been like a journey to who you are now from where you started, like say when you left college.
I honestly, then what I was doing then, like the super commercial musical theater, Wizard of Oz, Dirty Dancing, like the start of that, it felt authentic to me then. But after I moved to New York and kind of realized that there was a whole other world of ways to express yourself in the same kind of field, but not the commercial way of it, I was like, oh, this feels way more me.
Oh, and talk about, I feel like with Hales, there's like a style. Talk about your style.
My parents would they think I have no style. Like anytime they see me, they're like, yo, we need to help you like dress, because you always just look like you came from off the streets. But honestly, like, comfort is key. Like, if it's comfortable and I don't know, I just see it and I'm like, oh, that looks like me. And it's comfortable to wear, so I'll put it on.
And it just so happens to also be like stylish.
That's a compliment, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So tell me, well, not tell me, first of all, what would you say to like a younger you? When I say younger, I'm talking like 6-year-old Lindsay running around. What would you say to 6-year-old Hales? I'm sorry.
I would say that all of the things that like you're self-conscious about, or the things that you wish that you could change about yourself because they make you stand out in a way that makes you uncomfortable, embrace that.
Will you be there in the morning when the dust has settled and the magic runs out?
Like, lean into that, and eventually that is what will push you forward to where you want to be. Because it felt then, all of those things felt like a hindrance. Because when you're the only, I grew up in like a super white suburban, like I was kind of the only one. And so standing out made me super uncomfortable then. Like I was like, give me blue eyes and blonde hair, so
right.
You know, people don't say shit. Like let me just kind of blend in. But I would tell the younger me, like, you don't want to blend in. You don't want to be like everyone else. Like, lean into the things that make you different, and eventually those will be the things that push you forward.
Now, what would you say to young Black artists currently who are, and I don't even have an age in mind, just like younger artists? You know, at BFRJ we've been working so much with like college age students. We just had this conference and trying to speak to them about claiming their space and taking up space and just standing in their power of who they are. So like, what would you say to younger generations that are just coming into whether it's the theater business or just like their own artistic journeys?
I would say to start where you are. Like, you don't have to wait for like some kind of resources or someone to tell you that you're on the right path. Like, if it's been put in you to create or do whatever it is, it was put there for a reason. So when you start and you just do it, like, the resources and the people that you're supposed to meet to help you kind of cultivate where you want to be, they will come. But just start. Like, whether you want to write a script, a song, like anything you want to do, start with what you have, where you are, and like progress from there. Don't wait for it to be perfect to do it, you know?
Well, thank you for chatting today, Hales.
Thank you, Brandon.
It was nice to talk with you.
Nice to talk with you.